Hi, I'm Nunzi. Today we're combining diamond art with resin art to see how these two distinctive art forms perform together. Using rhinestone diamonds and epoxy resin, stay with me until the end as there are more twists and turns to this project than meets the eye, and you may learn something new and also what not to do. So, are you ready? Let's begin. I have 2 tubs of 500ml and I'm using epoxy super deep 2:1 epoxy resin as I need a low viscosity and slow curing resin. And now I'm adding the black pigment paste. This will be my backdrop for the diamond art. Black is a great contrast for the diamond art piece that I'm using, and it'll enhance the overall impact. It also adds a sense of mystery and reflects the light as well. And by eliminating the distractions, it really allows the diamond art to be the focal point. You'll see what I mean later. Okay, it has cured and I'm ready for the next part, the diamond art. What do you think of my design? For those who haven't tried diamond art before, it consists of many rhinestone diamonds which are applied to a canvas with a waxed pen. All the dots are numbered or have an alphabet to guide you. I found the pen with the wax pad that came with the kit hard to use, so I changed later to this one, which has a wax tip and is readily available. It was just so much easier. Now for the tiny diamantes. I left them until last, as there appear to be millions of them. I'm now preparing another mix to go over the top of the diamond art once it's been placed on the cured black epoxy resin. I've sprayed a sealer on the finished diamond art to protect it. The diamantes have all been placed on the correct symbol on the canvas, which has a pre-prepared glue base. I'm now cutting around my piece carefully as I don't need the full canvas and I think it will look so much better. Wow, what do you think of that? Doesn't it look stunning? I'm now putting a little bit of PVA glue, or Elmer's glue as it's known in the States, on the back of the piece as I don't want it moving when I put my next clear coat of epoxy resin on the top. And here we go. And using the heat gun to pop the bubbles. Oh no, I've come back in the evening and oh my gosh, all the little diamantes were floating to the surface. Only thing I could think of was draining the resin, which luckily, as it was super deep, was still fluid. I drained it into another mould so that I can make something out of it and not waste it. And now I'm carefully placing all the diamantes back where they belong. It'll take hours. So here we are, and I'm happy to say it worked, and I saved the day's work. And here's the piece I'm working on from the drained resin. And now that it's cured, I'm pouring another coat of Super Deep, and hopefully this time it will work. It's cured, and I had left it for some time, and I shall now try to take it out of the mould. I have a problem. We've had very, very extreme weather, hot weather in Australia. It's been like, well, this week it's in the high 30s every day, but we've had over 40 degrees, going right up to 48, 49 degrees. And this little beauty has been sitting there for a few weeks. And what's happened now, something I've never had happen before, is that the mould has stuck to the piece. It's literally stuck there, and as you can see here, I hope you can see that, I'm going to just have to try and prise it off now with some heat. And I'm going to have to buy another mould because I needed to make 2 pieces of these for 2 coffee tables. I've got another diamond art pattern ready and waiting to pour, so I'm going to have to quickly order another mould. Oh well, these things happen. Just have to keep going. Maybe someone can explain to me why this has happened, because it's just hard to believe. Like, I don't know why. I can't remember if I put some silicone oil on the bottom of it, or yeah, I'm not sure, but it's sort of gone brittle, and I'd say it's the extreme heat. I know I've been applying heat to try and remove it, so you'd think that wouldn't be the right thing to do, but I did think of putting it in the sink in hot water. But anyway, I've nearly got most of it off, and hopefully I can proceed from here. But I will have to quickly buy another mould so that I can work on my second piece. Okay, as well as the problems I encountered previously, I've realised I had used the smaller mould, and the 2 coffee tables I'm repurposing needed the larger mould. This is a 50mm mould. So here we go again, take 2. And do stick around, because there'll be some very interesting pieces for you to see at the end of the video. Now this time I decided to start with 2 clear tubs of epoxy resin, as I'm wondering if the black pigment paste added to the problem with it sticking to the mould in the extreme heat. So I'm not taking any chances, and I'm also working in the air-conditioned part of my studio. The clear coats have cured, partially anyway, overnight, and I'm now going to pour my black resin mix. And now we are cured, time to lay our next fabulous design of diamond art. What do you think of this? I personally love it. I'm applying PVA glue again to the back, but now listen carefully. This time I brushed UV resin all over the piece and let it dry under the UV light. So let's see if the diamantes float away this time. I hope not. Trying to centre it is difficult. If I lay it down and it's wrong, I'll end up with glue all over my piece. So I'm just measuring to make sure I've got it right. Here I'm preparing my top coat in the vacuum machine to reduce the bubbles prior to pouring it. And now for the moment of truth. Let's unmold it. Oh, and it's come away beautifully. Look how clean that mould is. Now stick around as I'm going to show you the finished products, the 2 coffee tables and our little bonus pieces that we ended up with. I do hope you enjoyed this combined diamond art and resin art video. See you next time.